Welcome everyone to Weekend Escapades. Today's adventure takes us to Fredonia, Arizona. Fredonia, Arizona is a town in Coconino County, Arizona, established in 1885 by 5 businessmen who built a dam and wanted to make sure that they built and had irrigation for farmland. Now there's not much activity here in Fredonia. We stopped by this little store on the way. They have some fuel. They have a nice little store inside with many products. They have an old truck outside that says Grand Canyon Western Town, and this little western facade that they've built there. And that's about the most activity we saw here in town. But you look at this abandoned gas station that was just around the corner. They said that possibly this was going to be restored. I would love to see that happen. You can see the murals on the side that are painted. Can't read all of it, but it definitely says service station. And in the back, you'll see plenty of service station items just sitting in the field. Now, this kind of reminds me of something you'd see sitting alongside of Route 66 without their graffiti. And I was told there by one of the locals in the store that they were looking at refurbishing this gas station. And I'll tell you what, I would love to see this happen and come back and see this when it was restored. Now, this little town is the gateway to the north rim of the Grand Canyon. It has also been termed Arizona's Desert Rose. The town is centrally located with access to the northern parks, national monuments, state parks, and other scenic wonders. And just take a look at the old church that we found here along the road. So this is a very small church, but you can just tell it is dated back and left here. But this building still looks sound, and these are the kind of things I think if a small town would restore them, would draw a lot more visitors here locally. And the old shed that stands behind the church is still there. On the back door, you can just see that this needs a little bit of help. And there's a lot of houses here in town also that, of course, are abandoned. And they have some old sheds and things. But look at the rock work on the home. Would love to see these things get back in action. Look at the old dated shed here. This one was kind of creepy. You can see like the material blowing around in the window. And when we take a look inside, now if there was ever a haunted little building or one that looks haunted, I would have to say it was this one. Now this town is located in the perfect spot. It is 7 miles south of Kanab, Utah. And Kanab has been one of the favorite shooting areas for the scenic glory days of Hollywood movies. This area has hosted films, crews, and stars for nearly 100 movie productions that were filmed all around town. Most of these westerns, and what a great setting for that, for sure. And also, this town is located 75 miles north of the Grand Canyon, and it is known as the gateway to the north rim of the Grand Canyon, and I encourage everybody to see that as well. Now, we're driving through this town on a Saturday afternoon, and I didn't see anything open. This was an antique store right here, and you can tell the building is older, but they put kind of a new deck in front. And also, this location had 3 bunkhouses that were around it that go with the property. I was told by one of the locals there. And this used to be an old bank, and there is still the old walk-in safe or safe there for the bank, and an old wood stove that's there. And that was a bakery. That was their old building, but it said it was a bakery, but it said it was closed. And this, I guess, used to be a corner gas station as well. But the bank was that door right there, and then the gas station right here on the corner. And you'll see off in the distance there, on the other corner, there's another gas station that is completely abandoned and empty. Now, the town must have had a heyday of some sort, because these benches were donated by, of course, family members for loved ones who have passed. And there's 2 benches right there in the corner. So the benches are there obviously because these buildings were active, but now abandoned, and everything is just kind of left there unattended. So I hope all these buildings get taken care of, people move back in them. And this is the Grand Canyon Hotel. Talked to a gentleman there. He told me a little bit about the town, and also that these stone buildings, these rooms, were the first stone-built buildings in town. Take a look, very well taken care of. He said their rooms are right around $60 per night. A little bit more, of course, there's always room tax. But a great place to stay because it's at the north rim of the Grand Canyon and Kanab. and he gave me information about this old post office that was around the corner. Take a look at this. Here's the original mail slot where they dropped the mail, and the building was kind of sitting next to a house that maybe looked like somebody occupied, so I didn't walk all the way around the building. And I looked up the history, and they say the post office originated here in 1892. Now, I don't quite think this building looks that old. It's pretty old, but 1892, it appears to me that would probably be a wooden structure, but this would probably be the new version of the old post office. Fredonia has some historic buildings, but you just gotta seek them out as they're located in between a lot of houses here. Now be sure to like and subscribe for more like this, as it keeps the channel strong. And in our next video, we're stopping by Pipe Springs National Monument. You should hear and see what's going on there. Very exciting. And until our next adventure, goodbye from Weekend Escapades.